Welcome to Finding Monster Right, the show about finding monsters, right?
That's what you just said, in the language of Pikmin, I assume.
I'm Captain Adam, that's right. There's captains in this one too.
Fuck! God! Ow! Why? Hi, I'm Allie. And Adam's right, because I'm a little out of my depth today, because we're doing an episode on something that I don't know anything about, but Adam does. We're taking a trip. We're leaving our stupid planet, and we're flying away to a radical 90s planet called Pikmin.
Well, we'll get into it. Listen, there's a lot of major steps about Pikmin, but the important lesson they should always know is that Pikmin ain't easy. What would you do with a bunch of little fellas?
As we talked about before the recording, we spent like 2 hours thinking of a fucking title, and we settled on Pikmin Ain't Easy, and we thought it was the funniest thing last week. I opened it up this week and started laughing because it really wasn't funny at all.
Yeah, we were very beaten to submission by the process. Pikmin, first of all, is a funny word, ain't it?
It's a little bit like Pokemon.
It's a lot like Pokemon. In fact, I saw several people when the new game was announced say, like, wait, Pikmin's a thing? I thought people were just saying Pokemon wrong. Yeah, no, Pikmin's a thing. But it's a puzzle game created by Shigeru Miyamoto.
That guy that says that no Nintendo game has ever been art.
Right. Yeah, he, in addition to, basically heading all the major Nintendo projects, he once was a little tiny fella himself, Miyamoto. And living in his, going into his garden as a child, imagine a bunch of little creatures going around. And that's the basis for Pikmin.
I'm picturing him, 3 feet tall, like a Pikmin is.
Well, Pikmin are not actually 3 feet tall.
What?
Yes, Pikmin are very, very tiny. The min in their name is secretly for mini.
What? Wait, hold up. The min is for mini?
Yes.
How? That's like getting dick from Richard. Which is how you ask nicely. Hey. wait, can I do that over?
No, you must live with your choices.
Oh my god. I love when our dynamic is switched like this. This is so good.
You have the inverse of a yogurt punch card. Every time I let a bit go by, I get one. Every 10, I get one nope that can expend.
Okay, fine. So the Pikmin are an inch tall. Shorter?
Yeah, about an inch. Was it Olimar, the captain of that leads the Pikmin around? He is 0.75 inches tall. 2 centimeters.
He's bigger than that in Smash Brothers.
Yes, in Smash Brothers they size him up to fight regular-sized people. And babies and, little toddlers and foxes.
And whatever Wario is.
Yeah, that being.
Is there a Olimar? There should be.
That's a good question. Yeah, his name actually came from some scrambling up Mario and putting a little flavor on it.
The flavor of L.
Yeah. Yes. So as the tale goes, the OG Pikmin game, Olimar works for a freight company called Hockatate. Basically, on his way back from a mission, he got hit by an asteroid and he crash landed on a planet.
So far, this premise is identical to... Think of something funny to say.
Planet of the Apes?
That's not funny. You know what? I can't think today. Today, I'm dumb. Today, I have bimbo brain.
Well, like Planet of the Apes... the twist that you learn soon on, pretty early on, is that... Unlike Planet of the Apes... The twist you learned right immediately is that, hey, this planet is actually Earth in the distant future.
Oh.
The fauna and flora of the planet have kind of been intertwined. And there's these little photosynthetic creatures that exist on the planet called Pikmin. So the game is largely Olimar traveling around a garden-sized environment. So, like, what's a regular daisy to us is like a huge tree to him.
How much area do you think he covers?
Ooh, garden is what I approximated, and I think that's about right. I think there's 4 maps in the beginning of the game, and if I'm not mistaken, the 4th one is a sandbox, like a literal sandbox.
Oh, so this is like not that far in the future.
No, there's still basically a lot of relics have been left around, but no people. And of course, all the, like I said, creatures are. But the Bulborb is kind of the mascot of the monsters. I'll show you a Bulborb picture, and you can tell by them is that, like, okay, there's a bit of some ladybug in their coloration. But in a way, they've been morphed and stretched and changed over time.
I see, yeah. There's really some, like...
Their eyes are real poppin'.
Yeah, there's definitely some, like, vertebrate to them, like a little froggy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little froggy. Oh, there's all kinds of froggies in this game.
Full bimbo brain.
Yeah, for example, there's the yellow Wollywog. Which is
child, absolute son. Look at him.
Yeah, he's this little yellow-green, like I would call him like a Jello mold shaped frog. But they are not super fun to deal with in the game because they hop up in the air, float there for a second, and then fall down, crushing your Pikmin. That's the sad truth of these games is that they leave behind many Pikmin ghosts. When a Pikmin dies, he turns into a little ghost body that floats up, and then you lose your Pikmin.
This is terrible.
It's very sad. It's very frightening for small children that this game is targeting at.
Oh, I see. That's why you're like that.
Yeah. I'm very scared of snakes with bird heads.
Dope. That's cool as hell. Honestly, it's crazy that they got into a little bit of Future is Wild stuff. Like a little bit of, like, Afterman.
Absolutely. There's a lot of that. So the creature that I just mentioned is the burrowing Snargret.
Oh, I remember him.
Yeah. He very, very scary creatures.
Yeah, I remember him from watching you play GameCube in, like, 2006.
Yeah, no, it's he's a staple character.
What's crazy about this is I would assume that this is a bird that has lost its limbs rather than a snake with a bird head.
Yeah, I think it sounds like evolutionarily speaking, that's a really hard path to take.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, burrowing does a lot of crazy things to an animal. It's bimbo brain. We can't do Evo Devo. We're being dumb today. We're being dumb and cute and funny.
No, I appreciate the animal intentions. But anyway, so yeah, the first game is all about Olimar traveling the planet to pick up he has 30 days left of not oxygen, whatever he breathes, to find the 30 pieces of his ship that have been scattered around. So, do not do it 1 piece a day, you will die, is my advice to any new players out there.
How many pieces are there? Are there more than
30 pieces?
Oh, okay, so there's 30 days and 30 pieces.
Yeah, but like the last one's behind a final boss. That's basically you have to track across the whole map. It's hard to do in a day.
Oh,
that's the thing. It's a day system. Like the sun moves, the creatures don't come back throughout the day. But at the end, you go up in your ship, and any Pikmin left behind are, I guess, monster food. So yeah, there are 2 endings of the game. If you succeed, then Olimar flies away on his ship. And, all these little Pikmin ships follow him. Oh, I forgot to mention those. Pikmin live in these things called onions.
I'm familiar.
Yeah, an onion has a bunch, like, it's a tripod structure that kind of sucks up Pikmin items, like food, nourishment that the Pikmin bring it, and it spits out little seeds that are more Pikmin.
Yeah, like an onion.
Yeah, just like an onion.
Yeah.
So there's a real explorer element to this, based off Olimar and his company. Basically, they name all the stuff they encounter off of things that they have on their planets. They have these vegetables called pick carrots, and that's what they named the Pikmin after. They also have onion like type things that the onions are named after. So you get the idea.
Yeah.
All right.
So
that's the good ending. The bad ending,
oh, no.
If you don't find all your pieces in time, your ship crashes, unable to ever travel again. Olimar dies from lack of breathing, and the Pikmin carry him to the Onion, where he is born again as a seedling.
That's not bad.
Little Pikmin, like a leaf coming out of his head. It's not bad until you realize that, like, oh, Pikmin only got out of the ground because Olimar went over and plucked them out of it. So you're kind of like trapped to be a plant person, but you're not allowed to leave the ground.
Not allowed by who?
I don't know. Science, I guess? Evolution?
Maybe they like it in the grounds.
Yeah, maybe they enjoy it. Well, they, one of the aspects of the game is that Pikmin, they do not eat. But what they do fucking love is nectar. If you crack open an egg and leave a big gooey pile of yellow nectar, Pikmin will go over to it, suck it down, and their leaf will turn into a flower.
Wait, okay, so that's eating.
I suppose Rocky, first thing in the morning, has a snack and not a drink.
And also, is it eggs or is it nectar?
Listen. It's an egg-shaped object that's on the ground. Yeah, and it cracks open, and there's a big yellow yolk.
Okay, so it's an egg.
It's an egg.
Full of nectar.
Full of nectar.
Did a flower lay this egg?
Sometimes there's a little tiny, like, pink creature that's floating, and if you throw a Pikmin at them, it falls and an egg breaks, and more nectar is everywhere. Let me show you what this creature looks like.
Okay, I think this might be...
Because I think this is an element of the evolution. It's called a honey wisp.
I feel like this might be their god. Oh, it's honey, also. It's honey and it's nectar and it's egg yolk.
Egg yolk might be just my best explanation for it.
What kind of fucking weird sea slug looking motherfucker is this? Mm-hmm. This is like one of those, what is it called? Like a sea angel thing?
Yep, they float through the air. It is specifically called nectar. It can be found in eggs. Don't ask me.
I'm just gonna let that go.
Yeah. So nectar is what they drink to become full-on flowers. Also, if you leave them in the ground long enough, they'll turn to little buds. Those were always my favorite. I plucked them at buds and then full-on flowers.
Buds turn into buds.
Yeah. You just gather a bunch of buds around you. Pikmin 2. Mm-hmm. Olimar this is like follows the good ending. Olimar has made it back home, but his precious ship, the SS Dolphin, is like basically sold right out from under him because his company went broke while he was gone.
How do they know what a dolphin is?
That's a good question. It was named after the GameCube prototype, which was called the Dolphin.
How do they know what a GameCube is?
I think that in the same way that they had carrots, they might have dolphins.
I don't understand science fiction.
These are little tiny alien creatures, but they use... I guess what they're saying might be translated, because they speak English to each other and write little log notes that I can read. So maybe dolphin means something else in their language.
Okay, well that's the actual probable reason.
Pikmin 2 introduces two new characters. There's the president of the company, who talks like, and then there's Louis, who's like, oi.
Okay, I need one more take of the president of the company trying to find a bathroom at a restaurant. Okay, that's good. I need 3 medium pain reacts.
For the president?
Yes.
Okay.
Very good, very good. Now give me 2 large pain reacts. I need 3 more large pain reacts.
Okay, that's good.
I need the president of the company to beg me for his life. I need him to cry. I need him to call me. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's. You're lucky that I do voices for all the Pikmin monsters, creatures. You just name them. The Pikmin make all kinds of cute little noises, which is why it's terrifying when they turn into ghosts. Because they're all like.
Aww. It is sad when they die. What does the nectar wisp sound like?
Oh.
What does the burrowing snargret sound like? Now I need the burrowing snargret to find a bathroom at a restaurant. Oh.
That was him burrowing to try to get to the other part of the restaurant.
Yeah. Okay, so Pikmin 2, they go back to Earth because they're out of money?
Yeah, basically, Olimar had brought back a souvenir for his son. He's a family man. He's got a wife and 2 kids. That souvenir was like a bottle cap, and the machine sees it and it's like, dude, this is worth like this is worth like a year's salary. And the president's like, oh, basically he's like you two go back to the plant you found that from, find more of that junk, and we'll sell it and pay back our debt. So that's the premise of the game. You go there with Louis, who's kind of a jerk, kind of a bit of an asshole. That Louis,
such a fucking asshole. God damn it, Louis! You say as you're playing your colorful gem game where you collect colorful gems and shit.
Yeah. And you go around basically collecting like Duracell batteries and like assorted parts of Nintendo consoles and bring them back to your ship, and they get like a claim for money.
It's very fun to have product integration put into like the ruins of human civilization. All that will be left is one like N64 controller.
It's just out there in the middle of nowhere. Little gyros that Rob the robot used.
I was gonna say Wii, but like this is from before the Wii, so
yeah, this was back in the GameCube, and I've got something to say about the Wii in this franchise in a moment. But yeah, as it goes, you gather up treasures and stuff like that. You meet 2 new types of Pikmin. Oh, I haven't even talked about the Pikmin. This is a failing on my front.
Welcome to my life. This is how I normally do it when I do the episodes, because you have a job and a fiance, and I have to like watch a French New Wave movie and 3 episodes of a black and white TV show and read an article and call my friends at the zoo to see if gorillas really do like ketchup. And like then you're like, yeah, I didn't do anything because I'm successful and I have someone who loves me.
Hey, come now.
No. I will bitch and I will moan.
All right. Well,
anyway,
in that case, let's the burden is on my shoulders to explain to you the various kinds of Pikmin. There is the main game. The first game has the 3: red, yellow, and blue. Red's got a big old pointy nose.
Nice.
It's immune to fire damage. So if there's like a little fire shooting out there, he's the one to send it.
You do not have to do the sound effects for fire.
Okay.
I know what that one sounds like.
There's the blue Pikmin that has like essentially gills and a mouth. So he can survive in the water. Do not take non-blue Pikmin into the water, they will drown.
Oh god, oh Christ.
Everyone early in the game takes all their Pikmin into the water. They drown terribly, and they all turn to ghost, and it says Pikmin extinction, and you cry a little bit. Yeah, so don't do that.
Are the yellow one immune to electricity?
They are.
Yes!
They have little... Yes. They have little ears that allow them to, like... It makes them more aerodynamic, so they, like, can be thrown higher, too. And in the first game, there's bomb rocks that they pick up.
That's so cute, but they have little ears. Oh my god.
Yeah. So you throw them, they're like...
What sound do the red and blue ones make? The blue ones.
Yeah, so
my greatest hope is that Alex is on the other side of the door, like, what the fuck is he doing?
What is he doing? Why does he sound like he's lost in a restaurant?
That's the distinctive sound that Adam makes whenever he's lost in a restaurant.
So, the way Olimar commands them and tells them do things is that he has a little whistle in his suit.
I like that you defaulted to the president of the company lost in the restaurant because you're more like, I'm more like a president of a company than like a burrowing snake-grit because because I want to be successful. I'm on that Sigma Pikmin grind set.
The president's on some kind of grind for sure. But so Olimar uses his whistle to command them. Basically, tells them which way it is to go. That's his thing. So he plays a little like jingle for a lot of the game. Pikmin 2. You travel across the map with Louie. You finally do it. You pay off the whole debt. You travel back home, and on your way home, the ship, the latches open, and Louie like falls out.
Oh,
he gets lost.
God,
it's very scary.
Yes.
So that happens, and you return back. You tell the president, who realizes, like, wait a second, there's more treasure. We'll be like stinking rich if we bring the rest of that back here. We pay off our debts. Let's make some money. But so he joins you instead of Louie for the back half of the game.
And do they find Louie?
They do.
I don't like how that tone. I don't like how you intonated that.
In Pikmin 2, they have these kind of subterranean dungeons that you can travel into.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you're immune from the passing of the day when you're down there. So they can basically make all these kind of crazy labyrinthine places. There are some messed up ones. The water wraith everyone talks about. He's terrible. He's an awful thing. But yeah, Pikmin 2, the final boss of the game you encounter is called the Titan Weevil. There's a couple of these kind of large spiders that you fight. And this one is almost mechanical in nature. Let me show you a good image of it.
Yeah, and meanwhile, what sound does it make? That was a bang-on SpongeBob.
I think I was going for a Rapidash in red, blue, yellow.
Oh, that's more...
Oh, that is what the Titan Weevil looks like.
Alright. Oh, is there a romance option?
Unfortunately not.
Cowards. Lies and calumny.
So that's the Titan Weevil. He pulls out... It's like a robot that keeps pulling out all these weapons. Like, he's got an electric, like, gun and, like, a water gun, and... So it's real terrible, because you're in there with a whole mix of Pikmin. You need them for all situations, so... They're not all down for this kind of treatment. But anyway, on top of the Titan Weevil sits Louie.
Oh, okay.
And you collect him like you collect any treasure at the end. And he's not in the game after that, but he's like, it's kind of in Olimar's musings on it, his entries about the treasure. He's like, I wonder if, like, was Louie behind this kind of robot creature? What did he have some kind of like score to settle? Was he or was he just passed out? Like, what was going on here?
Was he just like pretending like, oh, the big spider thing got me, but like that was his plan B, and plan A was I'm going to eat Olimar and the president of the company.
Well, funny that you say that. Apropos of nothing, because so when you find treasures in the game, Olimar like will write up a little like neat, fun little description of it. But if Louie writes the description, he's usually talking about, he'll write about the monsters that you bring back to the ship. And he'll write about how best to serve them and prepare them.
Man after man's stomach.
So Louie was in charge of the cargo that that went missing, that put the company in debt. Which you learn was like 10,000 golden pipic carrots. And in a, like, kind of uncovered cutscene called Louie's Dark Secrets, you learn that he actually ate all the carrots. They did not go missing. They were not, like, stolen. weren't eaten by like space bunnies or some nonsense. He chomped down on them, ate all the profits, and put the company to debt.
I love the like G-rated embezzlement.
No, the G-rated embezzlement is there's one hunky dude.
No.
There's one hunky dude, and he gets into all kinds of mischief.
I thought you said hunky, and I was like looking at the picture, and I was like, this guy?
And this guy, Louis is not hunky. Louis is the devil in 1-inch form.
Louis is not hunky. I want to make that extremely clear. Let me be clear. I do not find Louis to be hunky, nor do I find him to be Dory.
Thank you, Barik Obamin.
I was going for like Barack Adam. I don't know if there's a.
I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah, maybe not.
But anyway, so Pikmin 2 introduces 2 new Pikmin. There are the white Pikmin, which have little tiny beady red eyes. They're like the smallest of the Pikmin.
Cute.
And then there's purple Pikmin, which are these kind of like big, burly, like sumo wrestler style Pikmin.
Also cute.
Yeah. You're looking at a picture of them all?
No, I'm just picturing it in my mind palace.
Here, let me see. I'll share them as well.
Yeah, let me just look at a picture of computer. Show me all Pikmin is what I'm typing into Google, into DuckDuckGo.
Shared with you the purple and white one.
Yeah. That's a purple and a white Pikmin. They're different sizes and different colors, and it looks like they have some different abilities.
Yeah, well, white Pikmin can see, things that are buried underground. They're toxic when they're eaten by creatures, and burly or purple Pikmin, they can carry 10 times the amount of an ordinary Pikmin. And when you throw them, they make little, like, boom, boom, like, sounds, like Jessica Rabbit's boobs.
I see.
Mm-hmm. The heaviest treasure in the whole game is a, like, dumbbell that was left there. It takes 100 purple Pikmin to carry. You can only have 100 Pikmin out at a time.
Do Jessica Rabbit's boobs make a sound? I haven't seen that.
Yeah. There's a scene where she, like, presses closely against Eddie Valiant, and you hear like that kind of drum sound.
I don't need to know that.
Okay. Well, you asked.
We found my. Have you ever seen the Ralph Bakshi movie Cool World?
I have not, but it sounds sexy.
It's not. I have it on. Well, it is, but it shouldn't be. I have it on VHS. I'll recommend it to you officially, but it's basically like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but what if like you fell into a cartoon world and the one rule was that you absolutely cannot fuck a cartoon.
Oh, okay, and then it's a road of trials that is unlike anything ever seen before.
Yes, it is. I watched this movie, and afterwards I felt crazy. Like, I did not feel okay, even a little bit. I was, like, walking around, and I was just, like, well, it's like if you watched, like, the music video for Take On Me, and, like, only that on a loop for 2 hours, and then you had to, like, go and interact with the world.
You're like Fuji or Macintosh after that kind of moment.
Exactly. Yeah. You're like Fuji or Macintosh. Oh, apples. Okay. I see. What about apples?
Even recalling it, you seem to have lost your way.
I truly have.
Yeah.
Yeah, so why don't you tell me about these pink Pikmin and these rock Pikmin? When did they come in?
Yeah, Pikmin 3. And speaking of fruits, that's the goal of this game. There's a neighboring planet to the one that Olimar's friends are from, and they send, like, they're basically experiencing a famine. They know that the Pikmin world is full of, like, rich fruits and stuff like that, so they go there and they make juice out of all the fruit they find. That's the heart of the game. Olimar and Louis are also there, going on, like, kind of a little side mission, so you interact with them. But they introduce two new Pikmin, the rock Pikmin, which help you get through, like, icy barriers and stuff like that. And the flying Pikmin, the pink ones. They got little wings and they can help drive you around.
Now that's a Pikmin that probably shouldn't stay underground for too long.
I would not let that Pikmin near anything for too long.
Oh no. Are they breakable?
They're Less, yes, they're pretty breakable. Pikmin 3, the Pikmin have gotten a little more endurance to them, but yeah, it's funny because the power scaling is a little weird. So by the time you get them, it's like I don't even know why I want the regular Pikmin no more. But I got these little rock buddies that can really take a beating. But the little ones are delicate, but they help lift you. This is what we call an anchor feat game, where you're now like able to jump up and stuff like that. So usually you're throwing around Pikmin, now it's like, oh, I can finally get over obstacles. So they're very helpful for that kind of stuff. And finally, in the new game, Pikmin 4, it's almost a soft reboot. Some people are saying it's like it follows the bad ending. Like, what if Olimar like crashed and became a Pikmin? What happened to him? But you follow the rescue corps, like goes to rescue Olimar, and they get trapped. They get lost. They get scattered throughout the place. So you have to rescue them yourself. You customize a character, and you go there with your dog, Otachi.
I need to see this dog really quick. Pikmin 4. I'm just gonna DuckDuckGo that.
Here you go. The dog is kind of adorable.
Round.
Very round.
Round.
Got a big fluffy tail.
No nose. That's a little weird. I don't know about that one, Chief.
Yeah, no nose, which is very weird because the Pikmin characters are very nose heavy.
This is a good dog.
He looks like a good boy.
I like how round he is. Did I mention that part?
Yes, you have. He's now part of the game, and I think you have to switch up to him and control him, tell him to do things, and yeah, it's a game of puzzle solving and with all these little alien creatures.
Hey, Adam, I love episode topic, but what about other podcasts? What if we talked about them for a bit? Well, I bet it would sound like this. Let me just change my voice quickly.
You're listening to The Gorgon Show, a podcast about being a monster in a human world. I'm your host, Penny Cephalonia, and I'm a Gorgon.
If I hiss something, do I get paid?
Forbes, you are a snake. On my head. Where would you even keep the money? I'm ready to introduce our very first guest.
I am a Taraxipus, or a horse disturber.
The Coloniide are a race of magical beings that we can hear any sound that is carried on the wind.
I do consider monster kind of a pejorative term, so I would appreciate not being referred to that way.
Don't give away your secret weakness that can kill you instantly. Vampires and werewolves, I'm sure, can attest. Really, generally a bad idea.
It's time to look into all of our futures. Hi, Sybil.
And that's me. The Gorgon Show is a new podcast coming to your favorite podcast platform soon. From the Faustian Nonsense Network, my roommate Penny, lots of cryptid and monster guests, and me, the Oracle who brings you horoscopes straight from the gods. That's The Gorgon Show, Gorgon. And right now, my visions tell me that those of you who check it out will have much better weeks than the rest of you.
That's Pikmin in a nutshell, and now it's time to ask the question, what would you do if you had access to all these little Pikmin?
What would you do if you had access to all these little Pikmin? Well, they're all an inch tall-ish.
Yep. Yeah, let's approximate and say an inch. Oh, I left mid-conversation earlier. The dumbbell that it takes 100 purple Pikmin to lift weighs 1 kilogram. 2.2 pounds.
Okay, so now we know how much they can lift individually.
Yep. Basically, each Pikmin is capable of lifting a gram. Unless it's a purple one, then you get 10 grams.
Yes, I see.
Yeah. So, assuming that we ourselves are Pikmin commanders, telling them what to do and what they can't do.
Mm-hmm.
We can only tell a group about 100 at a time. So only 100 grams items are what we can have them move at paces.
Okay.
I have a list here of objects that weigh 100 grams.
All right, I really want to see what your list of objects that weigh 100 grams.
It's pretty amazing. I was dropping it here. Okay.
Okay, so 4 AA batteries.
Yes, if you need help changing the your Wiimote batteries. then the little Pikmin will be able to help you out.
A medium tomato. Now, I didn't know that, like, you can order tomatoes in, like, venti, medium, grande, whatever.
Yeah, I think a grande tomato is one of those. A grande tomato is one of those like slicing ones that for sandwiches. This is more of like your plum tomato, so more a sauce-based tomato. So, on for the Sunday sauce, these Pikmin will come in handy.
Then you have 2 pieces of silverware.
Now, you can only eat a couple meals with this kind of service. like you can't. There's no fork, knife, spoon. Just a couple things. Unless you're one of those savants that can use a fork as a spoon. We're not all so lucky.
Small jar of spices.
Yeah, probably one of your more expensive spices. It comes in a small jar.
Mm.
I'm not thinking like your run-of-the-mill paprika. It's got to be like smoked. Or, smoked organic paprikas. One of those kind of top-shelf spices.
A bar of soap.
Mm-hmm.
That's helpful if you are in the shower and you don't care that the Pikmin can see you.
Yeah.
A small newborn puppy. Can they also talk the dog through labor?
That is a good question. I think the Pikmin would be... so they follow simple commands, is how I call them. And you basically blow into a whistle and they dance along into a line. So they have a taste for music. I don't know if they have a taste for medical instructions.
Box of 100 paper. This is one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite Jackie Chan movies, and it is Box of 100 paper clips.
Yeah. So basically, each Pikmin can carry a paperclip and a little bit else.
What is that joke? I don't know. Oh, 40 pennies.
40 pennies. That's not enough to buy anything nowadays.
22 pieces of paper.
That's cool. That's an image of like those ants in the jungle that can carry some really big stuff.
I like how it's like. I like how a small newborn puppy is an everyday item. Like what life is this person living?
Newborn, you mean like fresh out of the puppy?
Fresh out of the mom dog.
They're all puppies, right?
No.
Oh, they're all puppers.
Yes. How many is that now? How many times have you said the word puppers in your life?
That's number 6 if my count is right.
Damn, we're getting off the first hand, folks. We're gonna get Adam on pupper and doggo terminology. What, like 5 years late?
Yeah, I think those phrases have gone the way of the dab.
I mean, as far as like talking to pets language has evolved, like most of my self-care these days involves pointing at my roommate's cat Harley and just saying like goon and then walking away. Because she is a little goon.
Yeah, that's how I would best describe cats.
But I also like how it's like small newborn puppy. Well, it's like, all right, that stretches the definition of everyday item, but like that does at least get us to the nice round number of 9. What website, measuringstuff.com has just like a fucking JPEG of 9 everyday items that weigh 100 grams, for all the times when you need a JPEG like that.
Oh, and I was just, there's a whole web page of this. I was just like kind of riffing on the reasons behind these, but they have full-on paragraphs for explaining their reasoning behind a newborn puppy. Like,
is this like a GeoCities like website? Like, am I gonna go there and there's gonna be like a little like GIF of a basketball orbiting like the sun or something?
No, but it does talk about how so when they say newborn puppy, it's from a small breed, such as a terrier or a chihuahua. It also says other baby animals also weigh right around 100 grams.
Not every baby animal. Do you know how many animals there are, my guy?
It says like kittens, but that's it. It just has those 2, and it just says other animals.
Those are the only 2 animals that there are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, baby cobra, about 100 grams maybe. Who knows? Who could say?
Baby whale.
That's not my job.
Baby whale. What's a whale?
Yeah.
All I know are dogs and cats. The only 2 animals I need to know. Those are the only 2 animals that are everyday items.
I don't know who was behind this articles. I'm sorry, I'm just really focused on standard printer paper, which measures 8 by 11 inches, weighs 4.5 grams per sheet. This is some assignment that a 5th grader had to complete.
This is some assignment that ChatGPT had to complete.
Yeah, that's about right. Well, it was February 2021. But it was updated last month.
Updated with what? Did they come out with new grams? What?
Yeah. Did the gram change?
Well, anyway,
So-
back to speaking of gram, let's get back to our little picks. So, did you get it?
Yeah, I get it. So, of the Pikmin that we've mentioned,
I don't think you got it.
Speaking of grams, get back to our little pick. I didn't get it. You caught me.
I knew it. I called it. You know what? I'm not going to explain it.
Okay, this is fine.
Okay, good.
So I've got here for you a what's it, like a lineup, like a criminal lineup of the Pikmin.
Oh boy, my babies, my children, my sons, my
And for what it's worth,
my beautiful blurry JPEG sons.
In Pikmin 4, there's going to be 2 new Pikmin. I don't know anything about them yet. I'm not talking about them.
They are green, I assume, and black.
I think one's like a water.
The dog of ages past.
One's like ice, and then other one's like glow in the dark Pikmin. They can now you can go out at night with them.
Glow in the dark is green.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
So, of them, which ones would you want to have accompany you?
Let's see. I think I want the pink ones because I want them to kill all of the fruit flies in my kitchen.
Ah, I see.
I want to give them tiny guns and tell them to exterminate the flies. Tiny guns, which I guess I'll have to get one of the other. I guess like the red Pikmin are gonna have to make the tiny guns.
Yeah,
the purple ones.
That's about right.
The purple ones are gonna have to mine the ore, which I don't know how to get metal, but I assume you just dig down, you punch a tree, and then you like build a pickaxe, and then you dig down until you dig straight down until you find iron ore, right?
Yeah, I'm going to say yes. We'll tackle that video game another time.
Okay.
The yellow ones might actually help you out with that endeavor because they pick up bomb rocks, so you can carpet bomb the fruit flies.
I don't want my kitchen bombed, and also like, man, I'm really learning the cost of war already.
I like it took you your first exercise with Pikmin became a war event.
War is hell. Yeah, fruit fly war, tiny guns. I make a tiny amount of gunpowder out of a tiny amount of pea and plant fertilizer or something.
This sounds about right.
Yeah, there's some kind of anarchist cookbook, and then oh gosh, I didn't write down what the white ones do.
The white ones, they can see underground and like find things, as well as they're poisonous if you eat them. Okay,
radar plus poison.
To me, that's actually a really a handy thing to have because, look, in the life of a Pikmin, the life of the Pikmin is often short. And if anything terrible were to happen to them, I'd hope that if they were eaten, pain would be delivered upon them, upon their eater.
Now, would I also have to use the pink Pikmin to... Well, the pink Pikmin are flying around. They're my little warrior class. Can the pink Pikmin pick up the purple strong Pikmin, actually?
Ooh, I think it... I want to say yes.
Okay.
But they're a little slower when they pick up the purple ones.
I see. Okay. So we might be able to carpet bomb them. If you can drop a Pikmin from a height, do they take falling damage?
If you can see the floor, they don't. If you cannot see the floor, if it's so far down that it's the black pits, they disappear. They turn into a ghost after a bit.
That might be too much then. Can the red ones and the yellow ones generate fire and electricity?
No, they can only withstand it.
Okay, so the fire ones might be good for if I want to give them little... I'm going to give them like a little match or something to fight the fruit flies with.
Yeah. I think, the blue ones are going to be your savior in this fight.
The blue ones might be my savior in this fight because fruit flies do love water. So, like, I can just have, like, a little swimming pool where the blue Pikmin can hang out, and then when the fruit flies come, they just fucking, like, pick them off like archer fish.
Yeah, the sound of Pikmin fighting creatures is very fun.
I'm getting
It's just like
guerrilla warfare, and like once in a while, like a big fly comes in, and definitely we get these like little barred moths of some kinds that come in.
oh.
Like, yeah, there might be like a house centipede. That's an awesome boss fight. That's some purple Pikmin territory right there. I assume if the rocks are good against ice, I assume they're also good against bug. So I guess they'll be important for the centipedes.
Of all the Pikmin that might cause some like collateral damage, I think it's gonna be the rock ones. Yeah, you should be careful throwing those guys around.
I can always get the other Pikmin to help rebuild, to help kitchen reconstruction efforts. The white
They're very good at rebuilding, although it's more like what do you call it? Like when you break a pot and you make it into something like new and beautiful. That's more of their rebuilding efforts, which isn't a bad thing. It's very nice, but you have to. They're not going to be put Jack back together.
Yeah, I see. Then there's the
Humpty
white
back together.
Oh yeah, no, Jack does not. Jack is not an egg. Humpty Dumpty's also not an egg.
Yeah, they're not going to put Humpty Dumpty back together again.
Did you know that? Like,
yeah, he's not. No, it's just canonically. People just like, yeah, he broke. He guess he's an egg guy. Someone said that like 200 years ago, and everyone's been like, yeah, sure, since.
Yeah, Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, and all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Like, nothing in there says like, oh yeah, it's an egg. Actually, I think that story started out as a riddle, which is so dumb. Like, what is Humpty Dumpty? And it's like, what do you mean, what is?
Is the riddle, what can't be put back together again?
Many things. Especially in an era before Clue. Like...
what are all the king's men and horses not capable of? And this was a riddle made by some, like, jester who was, like, hung. Because the king is, I can do everything.
Oh, a jester who was hanged.
Yeah, no, it was not a...
okay, I was misunderstanding.
Okay.
That's...
So,
hey, Bimbo Brain's back.
I like your Pikmin fruit fly warfare concept.
The white ones can sense, like, guys coming in the walls. They can sense the borrowers coming in the walls. Now we have an ethical dilemma.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one.
Anyway, what are you using the Pikmin for?
Just moving around a couple like small things, I think, is a waste of their talents. It's like I can move those things. I want them to do things that I can't do, like idly. So I'm thinking like Pikmin. I think in the games will often like make some bigger art pieces like accidentally. Like I said, Pikmin 3 is all about like, oh, they see a broken like pot and they'll put the pieces together in like a bridge. They'll do that kind of stuff. I think they're going to be great for like constructing like D&D terrain.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, giving them little like kind of arts and crafts style projects to do that. Like I guess my fingers aren't as dexterous and like I'm not as idle to do that kind of stuff. So I'd be like, yeah, make little tiny trees and small ruins, guys.
Even better, you could dress them in little armor and they could be the D&D minis.
Oh, look at that!
Look at them go!
I will say I feel like Pikmin would be bored by the concept of D&D. Like them having to fight like a little plastic dragon is not going to be like entertain them. I think they're going to start like goofing off. That's by the way, that's often what Pikmin will do when you first find them by their onion. Before you like whistle them and bring them under your umbrella, they're just like kind of fucking around.
Aw.
It's very cute, but it's also like it's like, all right, come on, guys. Let's get to work, is what Olimar's always saying. Let's make that bank.
He's such a zoomer, this Olimar. So, like, I gotta get on that. Me and my business partners, we gotta get it on the Sigma grind set, fellow teen Pikmins.
Yeah, he's honestly, he's very blue collar, like fella. In the second game, there's not a constricting time limit, so you see, like at the end of every day, basically gets emails from some like family members and stuff like that, and his wife saying like, "Oh, come home soon," and his kid like, "Oh, I heard you're still working. I wish you could be at my soccer game."
Oh my
god! It's actually it's a little sad, to be honest. I
mean, that makes the fact that the bad ending of Pikmin 1 is apparently canonical to Pikmin 4. That makes that especially bad.
Oh yeah, Nintendo's not interested in lore nowadays, but I think it'd be awesome if they were just like, if they just straight up say, yeah, in this reality, Louis fucks Olimar's wife. He's his new stepdad.
What does that sound like?
Pray tell, what of that situation do you need sound for?
Louis being Olimar's son's stepdad, obviously. What else do you think I meant?
You go.
Whoa, what?
So that was Louis throwing a ball towards Olimar's son, and Olimar's son being unable to catch it.
Oh, okay. And Louis then sounded very... That sounded like something far fucking darker, man. You can't just do that to me.
I'm sorry. Look, I did my best.
Okay, you did. I really gave you a prompt. Okay.
Alright, it's gonna be a frisbee next time.
Yeah, actually, what does a Pikmin throwing a frisbee sound like? What is a... Ooh, wait, that actually gives me a great idea. I can give the pink Pikmin tiny discuses to throw at the fruit flies.
Do you want to hear Pikmin throwing a boomerang?
No, because they'll get hit in the face with it. And I don't want that to happen to one of my special little boys.
Oh, he was gonna die. You chose right.
I am a river unto my people.
Okay, so for what you've learned about the Pikmin and their different shapes and forms, do you think they would be best as a therapist, therapy animal, or needs therapy?
Therapy animal, kind of like a therapy tool, really? I don't think they can be a therapist because they can't talk. I don't...
That's about right.
I don't know if they need therapy, honestly, because it seems like they have their little lives sorted out. I mean, the way Olimar treats them, they need therapy, and they need a fucking union. But, like, the way I treat them as little warriors, as the bravest little warriors that there are, like, they will be celebrated heroes. I will build them a tiny meat hall that will get attacked by a centipede or something.
This is the Pikmin in the meat hall. That's the Beowulf Pikmin.
Yeah, purple, I assume.
He's the...
Please, Adam. Please, Adam.
Yeah.
Please, Adam.
Yeah.
Please do all of Beowulf using only Pikmin sounds. Oh, okay, this is the part with Grendel's mom. In 130 episodes, or however many of these we've done, the only monster you've been as attracted to as I have.
I think so. I think we have not beat that.
Also, Grendel's mom only seduces Beowulf in the movie. So, that's just in that animated movie. That's not in the regular Beowulf.
Got it. Beowulf has to be a blue Pikmin because he fights Grendel's mom underwater.
But he's very strong.
Yeah, that's true. It could be. But okay, so that's I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't we take Pikmin to the final rating place, where we sow their seeds into the ground to be picked up on another occasion.
Mm-hmm. And then then they grow up and they come out and they surf on over to some soda that comes out of an egg, and they just slurp it on up. They love Surge, and they love the presidency of William Jefferson Clinton, and they love helping out Olimar for some reason.
Yeah, I think they have a symbiotic relationship, is what the first game posits. Is that, like, look, these little Pikmin, they're in trouble. They are often fighting, like, kind of big creatures. If Olimar wasn't there, they'd probably all get eaten up.
Yeah.
And he helps them, reproduce, essentially, by telling them, like, all right, you want to bring that back to your ship. I'll help throw you guys up there so you can, tackle that object, bring it down. And, so they're working out together in a very helpful way. It's a game of teamwork.
When was the first Pikmin game released?
I want to say like the year 2000-ish.
Oh.
This was the burr that I had earlier that I won't get into major detail. 2001 was the first Pikmin game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that is distinctly after. That is probably after the 90s. So whoops daisies. But you get it.
Yeah. What's it?
The first couple years of a decade are kind of more like the previous decade than what ensues.
Oh God. So Pikmin released Pikmin released. Never mind. Pikmin is a post 9/11 product.
Oh, okay.
Came out October 26, 2001 in Japan.
Yeah, I feel like the 2000s were a decade that ended pretty prematurely. You know, where it's like,
yeah,
the 90s got put out. Like they got
like a light. They got snuffed out.
Yeah, it's like whatever we do, it's different now. And it's a good thing that this decade that we're currently in didn't start with some world-defining event that could absolutely shatter our reality and make, like, music worse for another 10 years or so.
Yeah. To quick weigh in on the Pikmin franchise, I as a whole, I want to say I love Pikmin 2. That was a game I grew up on. Pikmin 1's a lot of fun, too. But fuck the franchise for putting it on ice for, like, so many years. It took them 9 years between Pikmin 2 and Pikmin 3, and like 10 years between Pikmin 3 and Pikmin 4. And they always like tease it as the next console. When the Wii came out, they're like, "Oh, hey, we're gonna put Pikmin on the Wii, you guys." So they re-released the first 2 games on there as new play controls. And the sucker that I bought them like to kind of support my favorite Pikmin buddies. But then it's like, all right. The Wii U's out now, and Pikmin 3's on that. And I'm like, fuck you. So, I've had some burrs with the franchise and how they handle things, as I've said. But Pikmin themselves, I love them. They're cute little adorable guys. They're really unique monsters, and I like that it's a weird alien creature, but they're familiar in a way because they're technically from our own planets.
That is true.
Yeah, they've got neat powers. I love the sound design, if you can believe it. And to me, they are 10 out of 10 little micromanaging buddies.
Nice.
Of all the monsters we talked about, the ones that I would like own a plushie of would be the Pikmin.
That's a pretty good poll, I think. Mine would be a plushie of Calypso from Pirates of the Caribbean. I just picked one at random.
Is the plushie a pillow cover that you put on a long pillow? Oh no. Oh, okay. Well, I thought you were going to say like it's something that one of those that you turn inside out and it turns into something different. Oh yeah, on the inside is a bunch of crabs.
Tia Doma, what's her name?
Yeah.
Okay, well the one I would actually own a plushie of is of course actually witches, I guess.
Just witches in general.
Just witches in general, or Smaug.
All fun. These are fun plushies.
These are terrible.
I'll say.
Like 2 out of 3 of those are bad plushies.
Maybe that should be another one of our our 101 episodes. Which monster that we've covered would make the best plushie?
It's an interesting idea. Anyway,
supplemental content.
So you gave them 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
To the fruit flies, I say the following. You fruit flies in the kitchen don't know what you're doing. This kitchen will be drenched in blood, and God only knows how it will end. You flies speak so lightly of war. You don't know what you're talking about. You are rushing into war with one of the most powerful, ingeniously mechanical, and determined Pikmin on Earth. Right at your doors, you are bound to fail. Only in your spirit and determination are you prepared for war. In all else, you are totally unprepared, and with a bad cause to start with. At first you will make headway, but as your limited resources begin to fail, shut out from the markets of Europe as you will be, your cause will begin to wane. If your people will but stop and think, they must see in the end that you will surely fail. 10 out of 10 for the Pikmin. And a solid 7 out of 10 for William Tecumseh Sherman.
That's their battle cry.
Good. I love William Tecumseh Pikmin is a very good poll, I think.
I think so. So thank you for joining us on this exploration of a distant future. Tell us what your favorite Pikmin is on our Discord.
Yeah, check out our Discord. We are posting there all the time. Most recently, Tom shared some bats. Some neat bats.
Yeah, there's been a real animal energy to the forum right now, which is a fun thing.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to say that we should, by the airing of this episode, be on Blue Sky.
Oh,
so we're leaving behind Twitter in our wake.
We gotta leave a little goodbye. Should we link our Blue Skies on Twitter until?
I don't know if you can, and I'm not gonna stop sharing on Twitter anytime soon. I think our presence is gonna be minimized there as we expand our horizons.
I'm certainly not going back on Twitter ever again. I have no reason to advertise to Nazis.
Right. Agreed. It's not, but if we have any listeners that only have us through there, I think they should know about new episodes.
That's true, yeah. And honestly, not everybody's on Blue Sky yet is the thing. Once the beta opens up, then I think we can full on delete the sucker.
Absolutely. So, until then, you can find us on Twitter, and you can send us email, findingmonsterrights@gmail.com.
That one's not going away unless Gmail does.
Yep. So, tune in next time when our Pikmin take us to another world beyond time. Or before?
Ooh, what could that mean? Join us next time when we're doing Loki next week.